What's going on, everybody? Well, Brandon, also known as the Nice Guy Driver. I want to tell you guys the art, I believe it's art, of how to sell without selling. Feeling like you're selling and the person feeling like they're getting sold to. Now, disclaimer, I don't want to come off like I know everything, because I'm learning as I go. But I will tell you this. The evidence is there that this works. And it's storytelling, believe it or not. It's not focusing on the product, or if it's direct selling, network marketing, it's not the comp plan. It's the story. Yeah, it's, believe it or not, it's the story. I didn't see it at first. Think about it. If you've been on YouTube a minute, Grant Cardone does it. Gary V does it. On the black side, Richard Fain does it. Glendon Cameron does it. Even Troy Mason did it. Yeah, even Troy, when he suckered me into the Black Table program, he wasn't even really talking that much about the whole package. It was his stories. He was talking about a whole bunch of bullshit. He brought up some guy that was in part of this whole scheme that Troy knew 20 years ago. And it was like, Troy, yeah, I remember you had that nice car. We bought into Troy. We didn't really buy into the package. And it wasn't until he's on YouTube, Brandon Ivy. You might have to look him up as Bitcoin Brandon. It wasn't until Brandon, because he was in direct sales way back in the day. I've been following Brandon Ivy for years. I feel like he's my boy. It wasn't until Brandon Ivy, and he just did a video recently that made me really think about it again, because Brandon literally told us straight up, this is what you got to do. He was the first person that I heard just say it. And then I went back and started looking at Glendon Cameron, and Glendon goes into stories. Now, I went into my analytics. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I was high when I did it. I ain't gonna lie, I was high. And I was like, let me go check my analytics. About, I would say 80% of you that watch my videos are between 45 and 55 years old. Guess what that means? You got a lot of stories. You gotta get the stories out. I'm telling a story right now. But I realized that when Brandon said it, and he said it in a recent video, and he's coming back to direct sales, meaning network marketing, and I'm probably going to be a part of anything he's in because I'm buying into him. When you start telling stories, it's the best content. And I noticed something. I went back to my older videos. Guess what, guys? My videos that were the longest, where I was telling a story, like I'm doing right now, did the best on most of my channels. And I was getting away from it. I was making the videos shorter. I was doing less stories. But I literally have thousands of views on the videos where I'm telling a story. So I was like, I gotta go back to basics. And I apologize for the people that been following me a minute, because that's how you found me. You came here and you watched the stories. I got to get back to that. And like I said, if you're 45 to 55 years old, I'm not saying that's all the people that watch me, but that's the majority of people that come to this channel, according to YouTube, and watch my videos. You're in my age range. You got a lot of stories. And that just happens to be what Google said is the middle age, between 45 and 55 years old. You got a lot of stories. It doesn't mean you die tomorrow, but it means you got a lot of stories. So I started thinking, let me go back to telling the stories. Let me not push you guys to sign up for any programs I'm into, although the links are below. I'm just saying, links below. But no pressure. And I got to go back to telling stories. Glenn is doing that recently. He's always telling you a story. If you really listen to Glenn and Cameron, I know some of y'all don't like him, but if you really listen to him, he's always telling a story. And then somewhere at the end, he might say, and I got this course coming out. You know, Glenn, he got a course coming out. But he doesn't get right into the pushing you into buying. He tells a story. Troy really got us with the stories. You know, he always bring on somebody that knew him 20 years ago. Yeah, he was a great guy. Yeah, 20 years ago. I believe it. But I think that's what people want from me, is a story, because they're the only videos you guys watch. If I do a brief video about something important about starting a business, nobody watches it. But when I tell a story and don't push you guys to buy anything, those are the videos that get the most views. So I got to get back into telling stories, and you guys need to do that too. You can't just market. Nobody wants to see that. I hated to see that. If the people buy into you, eventually they're going to buy what you're selling. I guarantee you. I guarantee the only people that ever bought anything from them is people that bought into me because of the story. And I know it was those videos because I go back to those videos, and those videos got the most views, which pushed the most affiliate links and got the most sales. You got to tell a good story, guys. That's the best content, I believe, for YouTube. You don't have to take my word. Go back now and look at your favorites. And pick anybody on YouTube with David Shands on Social Proof. They do it a lot. They don't just get right into what they're marketing. David Shands will sit there and look at his guests and be like, well, tell me more about you. Tell me more about your business. It's always a story. Well, I started this day, and I'm not an expert, and I'm learning as I go, but this is my story. And if you want to continue to watch, you know what to do. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.